After arriving in Greece and crossing the country on a flatbed in the rain, you join us in the second episode north of Greece in the town of Gevgelija. After 10 years of global migration, the border was a hotspot for security, so making it north on a train was going to be a challenge. We then planned to continue north using freight trains to cross Serbia and re-enter the EU, where we'd hope to reach Germany or Belgium undetected and as fast as possible.
What is up, guys? This is MTV Cribs. Welcome to my crib. It's right over here.
Fuck off. You want to see my crib?
Fuck off.
I've got the guest house right here. As you can see, someone's recently been using it. Pretty well constructed. This is where I keep the chickens, so they must have got out. This is where I keep my sticks. Over there. We seriously got to go. It's like powering up, man.
Do you want to do it then?
Probably, man.
It's just that casual.
Go left. Police. Just stood up, they just walked back. We trapped. Fuck. Let's go down this side of the steel wagon. No, the police is here. The police is here. The police, look up here. The police are there. Yeah. Are they coming towards us? No. We shouldn't stand on the train because... Yeah, it's bad. Someone coming this way. I think it could have just been that. Walk this way. Yeah, just walk. That's a worker. That's a worker just walked towards us.
Thank you.
Why?
Good.
What's up? The passenger train. Where is it? The platform's busted.
We're gonna miss it now. We should probably wait it at the throat and try to jump on. Okay, we tried. We were in every different location. They walk the train. They stand on the side. We probably should have just stood on it.
Hi there.
Yeah? It's good?
This train. Here.
Yeah. Okay, getting stopped by the police for even being in the yard.
Going, guys, go.
Yep, let's go.
That would have been real tough, man.
It was real tough.
Oh, maybe a station. Amazing scenery anyway, so.
Yeah, I'm getting on a freight train. I'm not paying $70, but $4. It's like I'm paying this much for a meal.
It's probably 4 something in the morning, and because it's Sunday morning, we basically got a train to Skopje, passenger train, and then we were like, fuck it, Skopje yard's really far, it's really not that good. Maybe just get a bus in the night time, which is leaving ASAP. So we're in the yard at 4 AM with no sleep, security's a lot, there's not much trains. We're trying, but the physical suffering you can freaking endure is quite high. It's long days and nights. It really is. It's probably like 5 AM or something. We're inside like an abandoned shack made out of breeze blocks. There's no floors. Half the roof is raining, but we found a spot where we can see, which is pretty clean. And pretty much we had to give up. We had to give up because you know, it's waiting so long and no activity and you know, no sleep all night. You may as well just get to sleep at this point and just see what happens. Owen feeling sick and feeling terrible. Burning so many calories. It's not 3 meals a day. You don't just eat dinner and go, okay, that's enough. If you stay up till 5 AM, you eat another meal the whole time you're awake. So.
It's quite a pathetic little fire, isn't it? And the new plan is we're going to see how many different former Yugoslav republics we can pretend to be homeless in. And we're going to sleep in abandoned buildings for the rest of this trip. We're just going to build little plastic fires and inhale the fumes. There's a Y at the north end of this yard, and we're hoping that the trains will be pulling out slow enough to get on.
Yeah, it's electric, it's electric. It's going fucking fast. You have
Just
to get ready
stay
to
still.
run.
It's a Gardner train, I think.
Okay, let's go, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Go.
Get up, man! Get up!
Messed that one up, fell the first one, and we're both stuck on a ride just like this. We just had to catch it. It's still going slow. It's obviously a spot where you can catch, but Jesus, we're gonna get spotted. There's stations everywhere. We need this thing to stop so we can change. I didn't get hurt or anything. I just slipped down. Just like my bag was heavy and I was getting yanked. The bank just went really grim. I just stood out.
Oh, this is grim. Okay, I made it. The driver didn't see us getting on, but he might have seen us stood up on it. We're back on your favourite train, mate.
Dude, I think this is the same one we caught in Greece. I legit think it's the same train we got in Greece, like the exact same one.
Could be.
You're gonna be looking twice, man.
Just be careful not to stick your head out, just the camera, because they've got rear view mirrors.
There's a lot of brush.
They've got rear view mirrors, man. Because honestly, we just didn't have time for that border crossing and going to the yard. How long do you think it will take to know about all these fucking stations and stop?
A long time, like 12 hours probably.
Horrendous noise in this thing. I'm still just in disbelief that right when we showed up, I barely filmed because right when we showed up to the yardro, this thing pulled out. If we'd have stayed in the shops any longer, we would have fucked up. It's so noisy! And the sun is out, we missed the rain by a few hours. It's been a while since I've ridden one of these. They have really phasing them out in Europe. New countries and sort of swapping to the ones with no floor. It's going to be quite a long time away from climbing and bouldering for me, so I'm going to try and do as much finger exercises and pull-ups as I can. I know from the diet, you know, I'm losing fucking weight. Going extremely slowly.
Every time it stops, we're going to back up because it's obviously risky. So I'm just going to put this camera away for a bit. Probably waiting for a meet.
guess we've got to stay on again. It's going to be freezing cold tonight. You know, mid-January in the Balkans, blue sky. It's going to be -5 probably. I won't really give up this opportunity right now. Now, so need to kind of hide a little bit here. It's one of the bigger yards on the stretch.
There's 2 yard sections. There's one, and then there's another one, a bigger one up ahead, and they both have a station.
Well, we're stopping here, so.
Ooh, stay down.
What do you think? Be here from now. Hear footsteps, and maybe we'll go.
Getting past sunset now. I mean, way more than halfway. However, we just passed through a big yard, and it's like guards with fucking sticks walking up and down the train with dogs sniffing them. Somehow we fucking made it anyways.
We're on the southern outskirts of Belgrade in the mountains. The train is probably going to cruise change somewhere on the north side of the river. We'll leave it as cargo for both Romania and for Austria. We're hoping that it's just going to go straight to the border.
Yeah, it's cold. It's been 8 hours on this thing, probably or more. But yeah, I think we can handle it. We're perfect. We're making good progress.
Okay, so at this point, we pulled into a station at Belgrade and remained there for like 3 or 4 hours. Eventually pulling out and slightly exacerbated, we continued to a yard just outside the town. The only problem was it was below freezing and we ended up stationary in that busy yard all night, unable to hide, sleep or stay warm. This was extremely painful and amounted to us sleeping for around half an hour each, and almost being caught many times, like this. "12 hours after arriving in Belgrade, we finally left.
This is really, really terrible.
Yeah, I know it's terrible. That's what you signed on for, man. I'll give you my food when we're out of this fucking place. Yeah, this is great.
Thanks, man. I'll buy us fucking dinner as soon as we get there.
Yeah.
We just need to survive this next 4 hours.
I'm telling you, man, it just takes time. Swapping a diesel, getting a crew, checking it. We're so lucky they didn't walk on that side. That was so close.
They literally, I made eye contact with the guy, man.
You did.
Yeah.
So they knew.
I don't know if he froze this, but he saw it. So close to bailing so many times. It's like extreme pain and stuff. It's like we both had no food basically. Like just shivering like 12 hours trying to stay warm.
It could be so much worse. If it was raining back there, I would have bailed. But this right here, like, it's just a little bit uncomfortable. That's it. Okay, so right now we're headed to the border with Romania. We weren't entirely sure of the routing, but you know, assuming since this carries traffic both for Austria and Cartesian, it would make sense to go to Romania first. Right now we're on this non-electrified portion of a main line.
My lips swelling up, weird shit, my gums are hurting. Weird shit's happening to me, man. Warmed up through the day. I hate days like that. So we made it a long way north to an Athens, man. And we've driven thousands of miles of roads now. We rode up and down Greece so much.
But let's just like, let's see if it slows or stops for clearance, and it's going like 2 miles an hour. Yeah, they'll stop in the start.
Yeah, workers on that side. So, are you sure? Because he's going to see us. Let's go. How do we squeeze this out?
I don't care, man.
Go. Squeeze it. Then we'll cover the door.
Go.
That was crazy. Oh, civilization again.
So it's not even been 24 hours. This feels a lot longer, yeah?
Probably for that guy, it's kind of intimidating, a migration route and 2 fucking dudes in like basically military gear flying out the train. He didn't spot us.
You know, last night I was like my field of vision was like swimming around like you're on LSD. Like
Really?
I was looking up at those niche labels on the tankers, and they were swimming around. I was like, is that train moving? Is it creeping or is it not?
Yeah, I had that a bit. When it made sounds, I kept thinking it was moving. Honestly, I didn't have any of those effects. I felt very mentally alert, but I was just in so much more pain than knowing. It seemed like the cold was really fucking me.
We
But
haven't done all of Serbia, but we did all that you can effectively do without going to prison.
one time, that when it was morning,
and the last time he walked past, I was like, how the fuck didn't he see us, man? That was bad.
We have places to be, and we need to head that way right now.
Right, 13-mile walk through the fucking mud and road and freezing weather. Probably get dark on the way, but yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. What do you think, bud? The weather?
It's closing in. Hopefully it doesn't break when we're at the top of that hill.
We're a few miles into this 13-mile walk to the Romanian side where there's a train station. It's really bad. It's really, really bad because it's going to rain, but it's freezing cold. We continued walking north into the evening as the weather grew harsher and the temperature colder. We tried to hitchhike, but people barely even noticed us. Then, the winds increased to 70 miles an hour, and when the rain began to fall, there was nowhere to hide. This is the only way to cross between Serbia and Romania without a car. On the border between Serbia and Romania in this remote place, and all that lies is a small metal fence. You could just cut it open. No border guards, no roads. As you can see, this is the time of the year when it's very quiet. There isn't border guards, and the conditions are really bad.
Not even 48 hours in this place. Right now, we're at some Romanian border station. I feel like really this whole entire trip in riding trains in Europe in general, if you're not on a pig, it's like total luck as opposed to skill or having it down to a science like in the US. Only way you're getting through here is if no one happened to see you. We're making it work. You know, we walked 15 miles to the Romanian border today and it's absolutely pouring down rain on us. Yeah, it looks like some more shit from the comm block shithole. What can I say, man? Alright, you want to go straight to a hotel?
Yeah. To make this last stretch, we had to get a train to here, a passenger train, but that's totally fine. It's just less than an hour or something on the train, so.
Well, if we keep from being seen at the border and be seen at Curtici, yeah, we should be able to make it. Hang your legs out like it's a boxcar, yeah?
So basically, I just want to say for any Romanian viewers out there that I want to personally thank you for this fantastic country, man. The people are so friendly and so nice and kind. They're also very laid back. You do something wrong, they're like, well, you shouldn't really do that, you know. It's whatever. Go and catch out the one town where people aren't very nice, which is on the border into Hungary. Why the hell we would show up there makes zero sense. Let go of it till it closes itself.
We need to buy and eat about 3 days worth of food. 3 days worth of food to eat while we wait for the train, 3 days of food while we're on the train.
Yeah, pretty much.
With how little we've eaten in the past week. Now what?
Get out this way. Hate to reinforce the stereotype, but someone already tried to pickpocket us. This is the views from the window. Incredible. Anyways, that's what we're doing.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Just resupplied the stuff. This could take up to 40 hours. We've got a lot of fucking gear on us. Okay, my new best friend, yo. Safe, man. What are you saying? See you later. Wish us luck on the journey, my friend. Thank you, bro. We made it, man. We're supply pilled right now, man. Over there is the intermodal facility and the yard's right next to it. Just getting around the other side. Fucking dogs following me. In this abandoned signal tower, signal box, whatever. The weather is real bad. Can't complain on that Serbian freight train because
it never rained. It was just like, yeah, it was freezing cold, but like this spot on the border in Romania is not, it's not a good spot. You know, there's all kind of migration enforcement still because it's a secondary Schengen zone border. So it's like another point of control. I'm not feeling great about it, but I'm trying to push through. It's like maybe 1 or 2 more trains and then we made it, so. There's spots go, man, all year round. It's a pretty good spot. It's a pretty good spot. It's pretty quiet. And if I stand up here, you're gonna feel how, or hear how cold and windy it is.
Try to get some plastic going. Get it good.
Plastic.
Yeah, it means it's extra tasty and it's extra good to inhale it because it's got all the nutrients in that blue and green flame, you know, it helps your lungs. Well, this is the first time I've rode trains like on a serious trip in nearly 3 years, or over 3 years now, since early January of 2020 when I got kidnapped by the Cartel in Tamaulipas. I lost 3 months of footage and realistically thousands of dollars worth of work. And it gave me a very different perspective on life, made me realize I had a lot of things I needed to attend to. The main thing is I had a lot of trouble like sleeping in places where people could walk up on me, and I'm still not so great at that because I got woken up on a train 2 in the morning pulling into Sanchez Yard in Nuevo Laredo, and I had 3 people who worked for the Cartel got on our car and they told us they were security guards and had us get off the train, jumped us, and ended up tying us up, carrying us off in the vehicle, took us to this camp where we were held against our will for over 2 days, and beaten quite badly, had my ribs broken. Took to a couple safe houses over the next few days, and eventually got released because they weren't actually supposed to detain us since we had documents. But very, very frightening experience. And whenever someone is holding you against your will, especially when they have a firearm, there's not much you can do about it. You realize you're completely defenseless. Yeah, we're in Europe, so we don't have knives. Feels unnatural coming from the United States, where I walk around with a gun on my hip. My belt's too loose for it. I have quite a few inches now. Not having my holster there. Whenever you're cold like this, having the high-fat sausages and high-fat processed meats, it keeps you warm.
My nose is running from inhaling this shit. Fuck.
So the last video I think I had posted from Mexico, that's the point where I had the footage backed up. It was after that the next train that things actually started to pick up, where I was riding north of Guadalajara to Tepic, and some train robbers broke the train in 3 sections, and a security guard was firing off this 9mm into the woods at them as they were fleeing. Had a few people try to rob me a few times when I was traveling with the Canadian, and finally that happened with the Cartel, but it just kept on escalating, getting a little bit more scary and a little bit more scary, and I kept on saying, oh, it'll be alright, these things don't actually happen to us. Usually I can think my way out of a situation and see a way that it could work out for good. I did not see that one working out in a positive way, where I would actually get out of that with all my limbs without getting extorted or my family getting extorted. Overall, aside from losing thousands of dollars worth of footage, nearly all my gear, and having concussion and broken ribs, it worked out about as well as it could have. The wind is very erratic. I had a coworker where I think it was his nephew that got kidnapped somewhere near the border, and he disappeared, and cartels sending ransom letters like, hey, send us this much money or we're gonna kill your nephew or your son. I guess it was the parents that received the letter. They send a finger back in the mail, and then they send some other stuff, and then eventually they're like, okay, they give them the money, they sell their house to get however much money they demanded, and then they find their son dead in the back of someone's car months later. So yeah, I just don't think this smoke is that visible, man. It's just being carried off so quickly.
Next, just to Budapest, man. This train goes like a real line. We're in the train yard in Hungary. We're looking to find a ride that's stopped out here. Yeah, I think we're going to make it. It's night time, it's going to rain.
I think we should make a move quick. At least get down there.
might be more rides further back. I couldn't see any. There's rides right at the front. This is fucking train riding. It's like, we thought we could have no more trains in this video. And what do you know? This pulls in and it's just like this infinite gamble, this infinite gambling, you know, this feeling of joy and depression. Fuck. This is the last thing you want. Yeah, I know. It's not even easy to climb. 3 fucking trains. 2 of them blocking our train. Yeah, there's someone there too. Fuck. Yeah. We have to cross back over and run into the bushes, man. Okay, it's the next morning and we basically, sorry for the GoPro, but we missed one train because there was workers everywhere in the yard and 4 trains were parked in front of it and we were hiding behind empty strings with 5 strings. We tried to run across, there was guys there, we're not trying to get spotted, we thought maybe there'll be more. Owen was so tired he couldn't hack it. I stayed up for 2 extra hours watching, nothing came in, it was like -5, so we were like fuck it, let's sleep in this abandoned building. We woke up, we're going to leave right now on the passenger train to Vienna, fly home, and the train we've been wanting this whole fucking time just showed up, so great, this could be good, didn't you say?
Yeah, this is the one we want.
Dude, that's a good ride. We're just gonna have to risk it for a chocolate biscuit, man. We can't get on now.
Oh, there he is. I see the guy. Guy visually. It's right there. Orange high vis.
Yeah, that's fine.
Look left, look right. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Go.
Winter day, like let's just not get caught. I want to come back here at some point, just probably not to ride in a dream.
Trailers bounce up and down on my fucking head, you can see. Timed up just right.
Yeah, we've crossed over into Austria, and okay. Yeah, it looks like we're just slowing for a passenger train.
How did you do that?
Just getting on here, man. Scraped into something. I really like that we're finally riding serious trains. Like, this is the first train we rode so far. It doesn't feel like a toy. All the trains in the south, like in Greece and in Serbia, it didn't feel real. You know, this feels like a small, high-priority U.S. train, and I like that.
Man, it's fucking freezing on here. It's like probably -1 or something, or 1 or 2 degrees, and it's the daytime. So we slept, woke up late, thought this is done, and we were walking to the train station, and this intermodal pulled in, and we managed to time it right, and we're on here. The only negative is we don't know where it's going.
Feel that?
So no rain yet, but we've got across all of Western Europe through Germany in January, to think there'll be no rain across all of Europe on a given day is frankly delusional. We're coming through towards Linz, on the main freight corridor in Austria. Hold the camera to film. I don't have the motivation. I'm so cold. And now you're starting to see there's snow everywhere on the hills around the train. Man, I've got hot hands in my pockets. I can warm my hands up every 10 minutes once I've tried holding the camera, but yeah, it's verging on dangerous here. But me and Owen like to move, man, and we've only got so many days. This is basically the last day we can ride, so with Austria and Germany, basically. It's now like in very eastern Germany, heading towards, we think, like Essen area. We don't know. But I'm gonna have to get my sleeping bag. I don't have as good clothes as Owen, so.
Throw your shit, come on. I never heard of this place before, so I can't imagine they have cheap flights. We were in the main yard, and it just seemed like one of the stops like we had in Munich. Yeah. And then suddenly we backed up a little bit. I'm like, okay, we're about to take off, and then it just kept going back. Yeah. And like, I remember you saying in your video when you went to Romania, you're like, it's strange, we somehow reversed direction in the middle of the night. I was like, okay, maybe they're reversing direction to get through a junction. And so we backed up, and then we stopped near a junction. I thought, okay, they're gonna pull forward and they're gonna go across the river. Nope, they kept going back. And that's when I woke you up.
Definitely not a failure. We made it. We made every part of the route we wanted to make, man.
I didn't film any of that journey, one because it was pitch black, and two, I had to get my sleeping bag. My clothes are not quite as good as Owen's clothes. Anyways, we rolled into an intermodal facility here in kind of like southwestern Germany. It's probably like -5 on the train, but it wasn't so bad, you know, we survived it. And I've ridden a train in almost -20 before, so obviously I had the gear, but like, you know, it's doable. It's doable anyways. That's why I got my sleeping bag, because that is the gear.
It's about to hit pretty soon, you know, the lack of sleep. Probably the next hour or so.
We're here, look at this. Come on, have something insightful to say for me.
Something insightful. Look at these hands, man. Look at that. Look at the damage. Oh, you made it.
What do you think of Germany so far? You come here?
Best country in the world, but I'd prefer Austria.
You can only imagine the temperature. Now it's 8 AM and look at it. So you can imagine at 4 AM. I mean, I lived vicariously through Owen's first experience here, so that made it more interesting than if I was on my own. That was grim. We just had to get undressed and fucking naked in the laundromat like some absolute home bummy on island.
It's a tiny washer, man.
That's filling about 5%. Like, do you feel like that was worth doing that trip?
I don't know, I'll have to see what the footage looks like.
In the case of an evacuation, you must move quickly to the closest usable exit.
Let me see, okay. Just warmed up, first time back at the climbing gym, 5 minutes. Quick V7 warm up, man. I just did it. I'll probably fuck it up now. Still got it. What do you think, man? Splash it. You don't like that one? It's very early morning, but I'm recording this. I want to say the trip was a success, and I think me and Owen had a great time hanging out and making the trip happen, even though it was really painful. So we're definitely going to do more of them, man.
Industrial action, severe delays. Feels like the 80s all over again.